Hello, my friends, and welcome back. You can't like democracy only when you're winning or your buddies win. Democracy, you should accept the results of a democratic system regardless of the outcome. If the majority voted for that candidate and he or she is elected, then you work within the system, right? And wait for more years and then, or 5 years, or depends how long they're uh, in office, and then you vote them out. That's how we're taught. But it seems like some people are not very doing what they preach. We have here an article. Actually, we have more than one article, but I was waiting because the first article was said, should I make a video on that? Let me wait, maybe it gets a little bit more. It got a little bit more. So this article is from today, May 10th, from Reuters. And the other article that I initially saw was from 2 days ago, from the 8th. And it's about Mexico and it's about the American summit. And I'm going to read the title for the today's article. Mexico's president will send representative in his place if nations are excluded from America's summit. So if you remember, or if you heard about, Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador said Tuesday he would not attend the U.S. hosted. So the U.S. is just a host where the countries meet together for this, summit. Hosted summit of the Americas if all countries in a region were not invited. So he will not show up. He will send someone to attend if not all the countries from the Americas are invited. And he said he will send Foreign Minister Marcelo Ebrard in his place. And why was that? Because we have a little issue here that the Americans said that certain countries should not be invited, and Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela do not respect the Inter-American Democratic Charter, and therefore I do not expect their presence, Western Hemisphere Assistant Secretary of State Brian Nichols said in an interview. So it's not for you to say that. It's a club and people come over there, unless you're the boss of the club and you're the boss. Are you? No, he doesn't want to seem to be like that. So Nichols, this Assistant Secretary, said in an interview that it will ultimately be up to Biden to decide whether Cuba and others are invited. Okay. And he says, it's the president's decision, but I think the president has been very clear about the presence of countries that by their actions do not respect democracy. They will not receive invitations, Nichols said. Well, the thing is that it seems like Nicaragua President Daniel Ortega and his wife, Vice President Rosario Murillo, were re-elected in November. Re-elected in November. Now, I wasn't there, but they were re-elected. And Biden issued a statement calling the election a sham. I can't say anything more. And the first couple autocrats. Well, I can look at other ones too, but I can't really say that. So we go back to the initial article. Article I was came out today, and we find that Lopez Obrador said during his regular news conference that his absence at the summit in Los Angeles next month was unlikely to cause tension with the United States. This is Lopez Obrador's strongest stance since yet in his efforts to get the United States to extend invitations to all of the region's government. Democracy, be all together. We might have divergent points of views. And we have here that Brian Nichols, he said last month it was unlikely that Nicaragua, Cuba, and Venezuela will be invited to the summit because of the democracy in the hemisphere. I can point to some democracies in South America that were really by some external forces. I have that book called Overthrow by Stanley Kinzer that I bought, I don't remember, in 2002 or something, 2003, regarding some overthrows of governments in the world by a certain entity. So when I talk about democracy, okay, all right, so the White House and State Department did not immediately respond to a request for a comment. Oh, well, Lopez Obrador, who visited Central America and the Caribbean in recent days, emphasized his wishes for Cuba to be invited while visiting the country Sunday, also saying he would continue to push for the United States to lift its embargo against Cuba. Yeah, right. When the people over there will be the right people, then will be, the right people, meaning follow the script. The Mexican president has criticized the United States for not investing enough in Central America, which he argues is central to addressing the issue of mass migration from the region. Well, I don't think if I don't invest in my neighbor's house, he should be moving, has a right to move in my house, right? So if I don't go and help him repair his car or paint his garage, I don't think that his children should move in my house, should they? Well, go to history. Well, talk with the history. Don't talk to me. Talk with those guys. Oh, they're dead. Okay, well, blame them. Oh, do I benefit out of that? What am I supposed to do? And how much exactly? Want to make a calculation? Send me a bill, and I will give you the money, and that's done. I will give you the money. I will give it to you, but I want you never to bring that back again. Never. And don't blame me again. How about that? No, no, no. We just want to push you all the time. Yeah. All right. It says here, if they're excluded, if not all are invited, a representative from the Mexican government would go, but I wouldn't. Lopez Obrador said. I like that. I like that. And he said something else, this president of Mexico, which I like when people have, and they show them and say, you know what, I'm gonna not gonna follow the script here. And he said something about Russia. I can't exactly remember. We was about some sanctions, and he was very reluctant in follow the predetermined script. So I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what's going on. But I don't think countries should be excluded just because someone determines that the country is not the standards that you think you are. And that's one thing. And the other thing is, without communication, how can you improve things? By what? You're not going to be like a narcissist and do the silent treatment, are you? I'm not going to talk to you until you do what I want. Really? And that's the way you act in the international community, and threats and blackmail. Anyway, I hope they all go over there and have a conversation and they disagree or agree, but at least they communicate. That's the most important thing, communication. Because if you don't communicate clearly and directly, certain things could be interpreted. In this case, talk. Why are you afraid to communicate? Are you afraid that some people would ask you questions and point certain things that you might not like that will be pointed at you? Well then, what are you going to do? Force them not to stay? You destroy participation so you can hear other opinions? Hey, freedom of speech, democracy. Remember? Oh, no? Oh, okay. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.